Hello, and welcome back to e-TALENTA. In today's tutorial, we're going to look at everything you can do once you have received submissions after sending out a casting on the platform. Once you have logged in, you can immediately see what changes have occurred since your casting was published. The number with the red background tells you how many new submissions you have received. The number with the orange background tells you how many submissions have been edited. For example, how many new self-tapes have been uploaded. Finally, the number with the green background tells you how many submissions you have already viewed and have remained unchanged. Click on the project. Here, you have a clearer overview of what has happened for each of the roles since you last logged in, specifically how many new, updated, and read submissions you have. Let's take a closer look. Here is the list of submissions you have received for this role. The first thing you can do inside this list is to organize it according to your workflow. Click on Sort By to see your options. You can sort your list by as many categories as you like, in either an ascending or descending order. For example, profile completeness, an ascending submission date. You can also filter the submissions according to name or the status of the submission. Click on Reset to remove any filters. Another option you have is to change the way you view the actors or actresses in the role list. Click on Grid to change the overview to photos only. If you want to change it back, just click on the same button, which now says Overview. The two other options you have here are to create a photo wall or a casting reel. We will look at both these options in another tutorial. To help structure your casting, you can divide it into rounds. Click on Edit Rounds in your list. Now, let's say you have your first selection from the submissions you have received. Click on Next Round and give it a name. Say you already know that you're going to do 2 parallel rounds of auditions in 2 separate places. Click on Next Round and give it a name. Then, create a parallel round just underneath. Here is where you find all the rounds you have created, along with the number of candidates in each of them. You can now start moving actors into rounds, either by clicking on Move to another round, or by using the arrows underneath. You can skip rounds too. Please note that you can only delete a round when there are no candidates in it. By using rounds, you can structure your casting process in such a way that you always have the ability to retrace your steps and find all the candidates for a role again. It's one of the many features on e-TALENTA created to facilitate your casting work. We strive to make e-TALENTA as simple to use as possible. Part of that is offering a direct way for you to communicate with the other members on the platform. As a casting director, producer, or director, you can send any member on the platform a message. The easiest way to communicate with an actress or actor is through your list. Here, you can decide whether you want to contact the candidates individually or through the group mail function. It's important to note that you can always choose who exactly you would like to communicate with. Click on Contact. You can now choose if you would like to send your message to the candidate directly or his or her agent or manager. If the candidate has more than one agent, this is where you choose which one should receive your message. Now, let's have a look at the communication buttons every candidate has. If you would like to contact the actress or her agent for a general query or read a message she has sent you, select Send Read Message. If you would like to request a self-tape, click on the second button. The actor or actress will only be able to upload a video with his or her answer if you have activated this option. Please remember to attach instructions or the audition scene to your message. The video material will be visible in the actor or actress's media box. The third button makes it easy to request a candidate's unavailable dates. Please remember to specify the shooting period as well as any rehearsals and fitting dates. If the dates are not confirmed yet, you can do this at a later time. As you can see, you always have the option of requesting self-tapes and unavailable dates in the pop-up message box. Should you find an interesting profile outside of your candidates list, you can always contact the actress or actor via their profile by clicking on Communication and then Send Direct Message, or contact their agent underneath the section Contact. You can also send them an invitation to the virtual casting studio, but we will look at this in another tutorial. You want to send the same request to several people at once? Then the group mail feature is the one for you. You can find this in any favorites, candidates list or round. Click on this button to decide who should get the group mail. You can filter the recipients by names, rounds and flags. Once you have selected all those who should get the message, click on Write Group Mail. Here you also have the option of requesting self-tapes and/or unavailable dates, and you see which contact has been pre-selected for each actor or actress. If you need to, you can also choose another contact, for example, a different agent or the actor or actress themselves. If you use the group mail feature often, you can also create a message template by going into your default settings, which we will look at in another tutorial. You can always find all your communication on the platform when you click on Menu and Messages. You also have the choice of seeing all messages or just those relevant to a specific project. We will look at what you can do when you have received a reply to your unavailable dates request in the next chapter. Checking actors and actresses' availability is a big part of casting, so we've made getting the information you need as easy as possible. You can either request this information through the group mail feature or when you send out a public or a protected casting through the platform. All you need to do with the latter option is to check the box as you prepare your casting, as explained in the public and protected casting tutorial. You can of course also request availability from individual actors and actresses in the list by clicking on Request Unavailable Dates and filling out the pop-up message that appears on your screen. Please remember to include the project's shooting period in the text field. So what happens when you receive a reply to an unavailability request message? The first thing you will note is the little red mark that indicates that you have received a new reply. If you untick this box, this mark will be removed. The text in grey is the answer to your unavailability request. Click on Unavailable Dates to continue. You can now copy the entire reply into the comments box by clicking on Accept Answer, or you can enter your own comment in the box above the answer. To have a clearer overview, you can also click on the white box to change its colour to either green or red, depending on the actress's reply to your request. If you have chosen to request a self-tape too, you will find the video in the media box. The same can be done with the fee box. If an actor's or actress's fee has been discussed and agreed on, the box can be marked as green. If, for example, the agent has asked for more money than is available for the role, you can mark the box as red. If you'd like to leave a comment, click on Fee. The Flags button can be found above the actor's or actress's photo. Flags are keywords created by you with which you can mark profiles. They create a better overview and can be used to filter or sort your list. The flags remain attached to the actor's or actress's profile no matter which round they are moved to. Click here to create a new flag. Then click on Edit Available Flags. For example, you can use the flags to determine if they have received the script or if they have signed a deal memo. You can choose a name and select the colors of the font and background from the text boxes. Alternatively, if you know the color code, just enter it here. Next to each flag, you have arrows to determine the flag's rank within the individual profile. This ranking can be used later to sort the list according to flags and their importance. Remember to tick a flag to add it to a profile. When you're working on a presentation for a role or a project, you can also use the flags to determine who should be included in it. Furthermore, when a role has been cast, you can show this by clicking on Mark as Cast. This will also update any active presentations the role is included in. If you have specific flags that you always work with, you can save them as templates in your default settings. The Notes and Tasks box on the right allows you to write general notes and assign tasks. The box in the middle, Note on a project, can be used specifically for the project you are working on. Click on Notes and enter some text in the field. Then you can decide who the information should be available to. Just you, the members of your organization, or everyone who has access to this specific project. You have the same options when creating a task. You can also choose to create a task with a due date and/or assign it to a specific person in your team. Once the task has been completed, the person can click on Set as Done. The white box will automatically change its color to green. You can even search according to your general notes by using the search engine tool.